Okay guys, so out here at Frenchtown Pond, gonna try to catch some bass. Gonna do a review on the new Googan baits out here. I'm gonna start off with a drop shot and see how it goes. There goes a fish across the top water right there. The reason I picked this pond is because it's particularly hard to catch the bass in here just because it's so overpressured. So I figured this would be a really good place to actually test these baits out and see how good they work. So let's get to fishing. I already have the drop shot rigged up here, and I'm just gonna start working around some of these weed beds and see if I can catch anything. There we go. Not very big. Ah, he spit it. So that's one for the drop shot rig. Once again, he spit it, but definitely hooked a fish. Kind of why I picked this spot here is in between these little choke points. The fish like to swim in between. It's a good place to pick them up. There we go. There's the second one. Once again, not very big, but oh, he spit it again. They're definitely in here though. Not sure why I'm not getting the hookups though. Oh, that's a better one. Don't you spit it. I think that's the same one for the third time in a row. Yeah, that one's a little bigger. Okay. Perfect hook set too. There we go. Don't come off. Not very big. Okay guys, once again, little guy, but finally took about a 500,000 casts with that bait. Okay, switched up to this bait, which is the trench hog. We're gonna see how good that works in here. Eee, that's nice and bright. A little bit heavier than the craw. There we go. That one worked a little faster. Yeah, a little bit bigger one too. Yeah. Got another one, about 2 pounds. Fall asleep. Wow, this one works pretty good. Okay guys, another little one, but trench hog seems to be working pretty dang good. Come here. Okay, that's the third one on that trench hog. Switch it up again. Finally. Okay, finally got another one. Bite slowed down pretty good today. Most of the baits I rigged up just with the Carolina rig, just with a probably 1/4 ounce, 5/16 ounce weight, and the distance between that and the bait I kept changing all day. It didn't seem to really change how often they were biting and whatnot. And then obviously just a round worm hook, and it was working pretty good. I have to say though, even though these baits are pretty decent, they're really soft, so they don't last very long. This one, as you can see, I kind of ripped the end of it off because it wasn't staying on the hook anymore. Kind of a cheap way to get a few more bites out of a bait. And pretty much I caught a fish on every single one, except for 2 of the baits. So pretty much the only 2 I didn't catch anything on were the crawfish. Didn't have any luck with that. Had 1 bite on it, but I just didn't have any other hookups on it. And same thing with the, I think they call this a snake or something. It's a crawfish is in a natural color from what they say. Then this one's just has a blue flake and pumpkin on the top. Neither one of those I caught anything on. Everything else I at least caught 1 or more fish on. The bandito bug, which is this one. It's a little bit fat. It's pretty heavy. I have it in a red flake, or watermelon red flake. It's pretty decent bait. I did catch fish on it. What I noticed about it, because it's so fat, even so this is pretty soft plastic, I was having a hard time getting the hook to come through and peg the fish with it. I probably won't use these. I think I like the rage tails better over those. A little more action. The other worm that worked pretty good today was just the Mondo worm. It's, once again, watermelon red. Nothing spectacular there. It has a pretty good tail on it. That seemed to get the fish to move pretty good. It has a pretty interesting, like, I don't even know what you call that, some kind of action paddle on the very end of the tail. Seemed all the baits had pretty good action in them. The crawfish, I think I could have caught a fish on that. I think it was mostly because by the time I got around to actually using it, the bite was pretty slow. And all in all though, these baits are pretty good. They all worked. All of them were pretty good baits. They're pretty soft, they don't last very long. That's the only thing I don't like about them. But because they're soft, they have better action. So that's, you're kind of getting, you have to have one or the other, you can't have both. But I do have to say, I do recommend these baits. I did catch more fish today than I normally catch out of that pond. I don't know if that's due to the baits, could be, or it could have just been a good day of fishing, it's hard to say. But the one that seemed to work the best for me out of all of them were the trench hogs in this summer craw color, which is kind of a chartreuse and watermelon, it looks like, or pumpkin. It's a pretty bright bait. It has pretty good action, has pretty long legs on it, and when they wanted it, they swallowed this one. All the other ones, I hooked them right on the edge of the lip, So out of all of them, this definitely outperformed the rest of them. Anyways, remember, like, subscribe, and comment below if you want to see anything. See you guys in the next vid.